Yo, how's it going, everyone? It is that time once again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream. Hopefully going to try and finish this gosh darn extreme festival mission. You find me after just having done a scouter reset. We're just about to beat the STR Dragon Fist Goku. The number of times I've gotten to like this phase and then like come in here to set up the stream for the morning and then just died. Like, but yeah, how's everyone doing this morning? Hopefully we're going to be able to actually get this finished finally. I'm not going to start recording it straight away because I don't feel like there's no point starting it like when we're almost finished a phase. I've done the mission with and without him, and I regret it. Yeah, I mean, trust me, once we're done, I'm not going to be playing it ever again. The problem is, this is a really bad rotation for, like, damage. He's going to super attack in slot 1 as well. But, I mean, once this Vegeta picks up his orbs, he'll be able to tank, so it doesn't really matter. Because this Goku only supers for like 4 million anyway. I don't want to get the Dokkan attack here. Oh, damn it. Well, I mean, at least we know we'll kill him. Yeah, LR full power Frieza is probably the next best bet. You can get away with using AGL Zamasu, but it's really, really hard. And you probably need Vegeta and Trunks on the team to get the extra buffs. Spoiler-free review so far. I find myself liking Silent Hill F as much as I like Silent Hill 2, maybe a bit more. I mean, that's wild. Like, Silent Hill 2 is like the best Silent Hill. And one of the best games, like, ever. So that's definitely an interesting... Because yeah, like Silent Hill 2 is just so good. So the idea that it's as good as that is definitely interesting. Take a shot every time you collect a key orb challenge when. Yo, Tala, how's it going? Interesting. Should Frieza be on rotation? Frieza only stacks on his 18 key super, which means he can only get one stack like per turn. So he needs to be on rotation like the entire fight. Otherwise you potentially just won't stack fast enough. Okay. If we don't get any easy A's, who's your prediction for the next banner? Well, yeah, I'm not expecting any news or anything today because obviously anything, if we got any news on like an easy A today, for example, it would come out like in the next 2 days or so, which means it would have been in the previous data download, I guess. Although, what was the... We got news today, didn't we, for a maintenance thing? When is that? Tuesday. Yeah, maintenance next week. So, and that'll be for the start of the next, like, thing. So, there's basically not going to be anything. So if the Dokkan Fest is in that data download, then it should be announced on Twitter, like on either the Monday, because I don't want to spoil it with the data download. And the maintenance finishes early Tuesday morning before the time news normally gets revealed. So that means the reveal on Twitter of the new unit should be like Monday morning. Because normally the Twitter thing comes out like the day before, right? Actually, no, the Twitter is normally 2 days before, so it'd be Sunday morning. That's if, like, the maintenance is happening and then the banner comes out, like, straight afterwards. But then that means the unit would be releasing on the 30th. So it kind of just depends when they are planning to release it, to be fair. I feel like these guys are still not stacked up enough. They're at 7 million because, like, with the weaker units on the team, like the the Int Broly, you have to prioritize like letting them get a bunch of stacks. So also, like, I really want these guys to get effective against all types, but I don't think that's going to be very doable. Vegeta gets 150%, so he would go up to 10 million when he gets hit. So he doesn't really need more defense at this point. What do Beast's normals do? 1.8 million. So no one's going to take damage from the normals anyway. Because yeah, I'll probably start it from like after Beast. I think an Android unit is coming up. It could be interesting. Because yeah, we do need a lot of the easy A's, like the 17 and 18, the Tech Future Androids, the Super 17. Well, there's quite a few easy A's that we need, so I could see it. Yeah, the Gokus are built up quite a bit. I had the Rainbow Friend Tech Goku doing like a 70 odd million attack stat on one of the previous turns. Last year, the Easy A's were with Scout Vegeta's data downloads, and I guess same thing. I mean, the thing is, this data download will basically be like the end of this celebration, so... right. I need to figure out, so who's going to survive Beast Gohan's super attack at the end here, which does 6.3 million damage. It probably will have to be Scout of Vegeta. Because I can do that. And then that. Great, that didn't collect any of the AGL orbs, great. But I mean, by picking up the AGL orb, he's going to have 48% damage reduction. I can only pick up 2 orbs though. So, not ideal, but it should be enough because he raises defense when he supers as well. The easy A's are a hint at what's coming. What were the easy A's in the download for Scout of Vegeta? Anniversary is Boo Saga / Daima. I guess it could be. Could be interesting. Yeah, we don't need to worry about killing Beast this turn because we get an extra turn after this, but it's the surviving the super in slot 3. But we should easily do enough damage that we kill him in the next turn anyway. But yeah, Scout of Vegeta only picking up 2 orbs is a little bit awkward. I mean, he does have the dodge chance though as well, so like he could just dodge the super. Which I think, did he? Or is he doing it now? Okay. Nice, there we go. The number of times I lost, right, when I was trying to do the double Glorio team run, I eventually gave up because obviously the event is so long. Why would I want to keep wasting my time? But like, I kept getting to Beast, and then obviously because you want to have Glorio in slot 3, the number of times I'd get to this second turn and Glorio just wouldn't dodge the super. It's like, bruh. It was too easy A 2 days before Scout of Vegeta dropped. Okay. Yeah, so they had nothing to do with Scout of Vegeta then. Interesting. Okay, so he doesn't super again now at all, does he? No. Key is not great here, but of all the supers that they'll be able to get, they should be fine. Hot take, but I think Shadow Dragons should be on Power of Wishes. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, I think they should be. They exist because of the power of the wishes made by the Dragon Balls. So, I mean, like, why not? That makes sense to me. Yeah. Maybe in revenge to get, yeah. Power of Wishes is for those who wished for power. I mean, considering that the LR Broly trio and like yeah, I think the translation is still just weird. I don't think it's like those who wished for power, because the Broly trio are on there. Like the version Z tutorial Goku's on there. Obviously there was the wish for like him to be revived, but I wouldn't say that's like a wish for power. Alright, so I feel like we could probably start from here. It's not anyone who's involved. Well, even so, like, it's weird either way, depending on the abilities that they supposedly like say that it is. It could be a couple of different things, really. Alright. Okay. Future Mai is on Power of Wishes. Oof. Yeah, it's just a weird, like a lot of these things, it's not like a super straightforward definition. Or if it is, it's just, or it could very well be, it's just the fact that we never get told, like, what that is. Alright, anyway. Right, shall I scout a check blue before we start the recording? Because then at least we know before we start. Okay, so he's supering in slot 1, but after we attack. It's good to know. Blue's normals do 2 million, his super does 5.6.
All right, let's get this started.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the hero's God Goku is on there as well, which is weird. How do you maintain it needs to be on rotation between Tech Vegeta and Int Broly? You want to try and keep Int Broly on rotation all the time, just because he stacks so slowly. The Tech Vegeta gets, like, as long as you're on full health, which you usually will be because of your stackers are stacked up so high, Vegeta gets 150% defense when he gets hit. So, like, he's already got, when he gets hit here, he's going to already go to, like, 10 million defense. And he has guard as well, so he's going to be fine here. The only problem is the... Broly's got, against the non-Goku, and he's a non-Pure Saiyan as well, so he's only got 26% damage reduction. Yeah, I kind of do have to float off Broly here, even though I don't really want to. But sometimes you will just have to. Right. Okay, so we are jumping into the, hopefully, the last part of the run here for the Extreme Festival of Battles mission using an Extreme Int, AGL and Tech unit. We've gone all the way up to Fat Boo, who is one of the gatekeepers. This is one of the stages where a bunch of people like died on that first day. There are 5 stages after him, so this is like phase, what, 44? Right, 45. Because then it's 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. So this is phase 45. I started this last night and got like basically up to Dragon Fist Goku and then went to sleep. And then we've just done the like Dragon Fist Goku and Beast Gohan here at the beginning of the stream. Starting off the run from here now, hopefully. This is going to be the final time, because I've managed to get relatively far in this run multiple times. But, man, it's not easy. We're also getting to the point, like, I don't know how much, if we're going to be able to even do enough damage. Right, so not a great start. Like, Tech Vegeta, the Tech Saiyan Day Vegeta, his like, offensive power, even though he's stacked up a pretty decent amount in the run so far, his offensive power isn't exactly anything crazy. And then, yeah, Int Broly only getting a bunch of additional normals is not great. Yeesh. I wonder if this is... I'm already now at the point where I'm now wondering, like, am I going to have to just transform the Super Saiyan 4s here? Because, like, I don't know how much damage I'm going to be able to do otherwise. And we don't want to... If the next rotation... I mean, the next rotation we have the 10-year Goku and Vegeta, so combined they'll do quite a decent bit of damage. But... I don't know if I have to fuse the Super Saiyan 4s here. I don't want to use my... I could use one of my 5-turn attack-up items, because I have 2 of them. Because then that give us, what, 10 turns of extra attack? I'm hoping to get to the Dokkan attack before we get to... like, in time for the Daima phase. But... because I can get full 24 key with these guys. To be fair, I probably should scout a check first as well, though, because even with the damage reduction and defense that he has after supering, yeah, Goku would probably get rocked by the super from Boo. So the super's in the middle. Because, yeah, if I transformed the Super Saiyan 4s, they could potentially counter the Super as well, but... The problem is, like, the Tech Goku, because I've been stacking the Tech Goku's attack for ages so that Vegito can hit super hard. So you don't really want to float them off because they do so much damage. They kind of, like, need to be on main rotation. But, like, Goku doesn't have guard or anything, and Fat Boo's normals do 2 million damage. So if I put him in slot 1, like, he's not going to be tanking very well. Because, yeah, he has no defensive abilities whatsoever. Yeah, great. I want to explore what the different key options would be.
Dragon, all right. Let's get this started.
Honestly, this last part of the event is just where it becomes super tedious as well. It's like having to scout a check every turn, like, it's just annoying. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do in order to get the run done. So if I get those ones instead. Okay. Use the first Bulma item here. It's probably not necessarily the best idea, but we've got 2 of them, so we basically have the attack up for like 10 turns. Hopefully that will be enough. Maybe I should have just transformed the Super Saiyan 4s, I don't know. I mean, look at how little damage the Scout of Vegeta does. These guys are at 63. Ugh. I think the Tech Goku and then AGL Vegeta together, though, with all the links and like the buffs and the fact that we have the item, I think they should do enough damage next turn. It just all kind of depends on the key that they get. But yeah, I mean, at least the Super Saiyan 4s, they've got type advantage here, so like we'll do some good damage regardless. Just not the craziest damage. But yeah, obviously we take no damage from this. And then Goku at the end. I mean, he kind of needs to crit is the problem. Right. He's got a 73 million attack stat. Yeah, that's the one of the biggest, like, egregious things about that Scout of Vegeta. Like, why make him a nuker but then limit it to, like, he gets attack per orb but maximum of 10? It's like, why? Like, even if he didn't have that, he doesn't suddenly become, like, the best unit in the game or anything. It's like, yeah, why does he have that? We're going to have to do that. We have to scout a check because Goku dies to the super. And, of course, he's not supering. Yeah, Mimi, how's it going? The Dragon Ball History stage, I imagine, will probably be... Actually, that's a good point, because did they say... I should double check, because it'll be on... I'm sure it'll be on Proton's data download thing. Just make sure I don't accidentally click no. New Frez's new Frieza army available on the 25th. Yes, it's like Thursday morning, because it's currently Tuesday morning. It's available on Thursday morning. Okay. Decent key. So yeah, there's no way the combo of Goku and Vegeta don't kill Boo here. It comes out at like 6 AM, so it's basically 48, 46, 45 and a half hours from now. Because it's, for me, it's Tuesday morning at 8:30. It comes out on Thursday morning at 5 AM. Actually, no, it's 6 AM because Proton's things are always like an hour behind my time zone currently. So whatever I just said, +1. Did I say 45 and a half? Because yeah, 48 hours from now, it will have been out for 2.5 hours. So yeah, 45 and a half hours from now. I mean, look at that. The additional super from the friend is doing 87 million. So like, Vegeto's absolutely going to cook when we finally get to fuse. But yeah, it's just the fact that like every single phase from this point onwards, we basically just have to scout a check all the time. And it's really annoying. We've had 2 turns of the attack up from the thing. Okay, he's supering immediately in slot 1. And this Goku does... see, now this is where it starts to get tougher, because this Goku does 11 million. And like Broly in slot, if we put Broly in slot 1, he has like 60% damage reduction. But he actually would take damage here. He does also have type advantage, so he probably wouldn't take that much, but... Do I just keep, like... Do I actually just keep Super Saiyan 4, like Gogeta, out? Because I kind of feel like, at this point, I just need him to be out here doing the damage. We get 10 turns of the Scouter with him, which should be enough, because we're going to use all the other fusions in a little bit anyway. I mean, this guy doesn't have guard, but obviously he's going to get, if we put him in slot 1, he would get a ton of like extra defense from all the orbs. And has the damage reduction, but I genuinely feel like we just do this. Let Gogeta counter the super potentially. Yeah, because we've got the attack up item in play as well, so I feel like we just kind of have to do this. It might be too early. I'm sure there'll be people already now watching this being like, no, you transformed him too early, but... Is that a 96 million attack stat counter? Because remember, this also helps us, like, because we've got the first attack up item in play, and it only lasts for 5 turns. So the quicker we get through the next 5 turns and then use the next one, the more likely we are to have the next attack up item carry us all the way through to the end. So, and yeah, Gogeta is absolutely destroying Goku here as well, so I feel like that was probably a good idea. Broly at 60 mil. Well enough, I'm not on every category. All 5 types at the same time. Membershipless behaviour. I mean, yeah, that was a 1 turn. 1 turn UI Goku. That's pretty good. Okay, so for this, oh god, this Goku, he supers for like 13 million. Is the can we tell, is the item still in play? Yeah, because it shows here, right, when... So... Do I use the first Whis here? I don't really want to. But I could. I don't think that would help, actually, because the defense is so low in slot 1. Like, Whis isn't going to make any difference. Okay, supering in the middle. So, if you're supering in the middle... Again, I don't want to float... Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't want both the Gokus on the same turn, so I am going to have to float one of them.
Dragon Ball Z, Dokkan battle. All right,
So, what I probably have to do, if the Super's in the middle, I probably have to transform the other one into Vegeta. And put him in the middle. So who's got the highest defense already? 3 million. The friends. I kind of want the friend to be the one that isn't the Vegeta though, because he could do the most damage. But
what a mess.
receiving an attack with 10 or more ki, he gets 20% damage reduction. He's already got, yeah, so he's got 70% damage reduction. And Goku's hitting for basically 13 million. Minus 70%. It's like 3.8. Which this guy doesn't have. How much defense does the other Goku have?
Switch.
2.7. Oof. This guy... He gets 150% when he gets hit. So he would go up to having 12 million defense and guard. So... So yeah, he should tank. Either that or I just put the Vegeta in the middle to get the extra links and then just use a Whis, but is it too early to be using the Whis? I don't know. Because this gives them more links as well. This is a tough one. Everybody except for Toon gets gifted membership. But yeah, shout out to all you guys that are here for the run. Shout out to all the channel members. We are slowly but surely now having the gifted memberships from the last World Tournament weekend starting to drop off. So we have just dipped back below 300. So if we could get 3 memberships on the stream today and get back to 300, that would be pretty awesome. Let's see if we... I'm still so undecided about how to do this. Like, this Vegeta post-Super He is going to greatly raise defense on his first. Like, he's not going to go from 2.7 to like 3.8 though, and he needs to be at 3.8 in order to tank this incoming super. So, is it too early to just use a Whis here? Because I need to do as much damage as possible, like, as well, is the big thing. I mean, obviously, we got Gogeta on the next turn, so... Yeah, Vegeta needs to be in slot 1 for the guard, that's why he won't tank the super in slot 2. This Vegeta should technically tank the super in slot 2, because he gets 150% defense when he gets hit, as long as we're on full health, which... we obviously would be, because we'd be tanking everything for double-digit damage anyway. So if he's at 4, 6, 2, 5, 9, 8, 1, plus 150%, when he gets hit, he's going to go up to having 11.5 million defense, and he has guard. And this Goku hits for like 13 million. So with the guard as well, we should take like double-digit damage. Should. It'll just be one of those annoying things where if we die, I'll be really, really mad because, like, the math tells me that we should be fine. So I guess we'll find out. We'll find out if the math is mathin'. Oh, and the class disadvantage. Oh, God, yeah. Why didn't I remember that? Well, Vegeta is going to super first, though, as well. So he is going to get extra defense. But... oof. Tech Vegeta, like, basically doing no damage as well. Even dropping, like, 50 million attack stats, like, barely doing any damage. And then Saiyan Vegeta, 27 million. Maybe I should have transformed him as well. I've got to transform him at some point. Bro, what the actual... man, I hate this mode so much. And yeah, that is what it is. I forgot. It was the Super versus Extreme. That's why I lost. Bro, I hate this game mode so much. Yeah, if Vegeta was Vegeta was a superclass character, he'd have been fine. But because of the extra damage that Extreme does to Super, or Super does to Extreme. I mean, that's the thing, is like I keep saying, like, it's the thing I keep saying over and over again. If the thing wasn't so long, then I wouldn't care as much. Because it's like, okay, well, we'll just jump back in and try again. Except that the run like takes hours and hours to get to that point. Like, so now it's like, even if I started again now, I'm only going to be streaming for another hour and like hour and 10 minutes. So even if I started another run now, like, I won't get to the end before the end of the stream. I was very much hoping that this would be the last like attempt at this, because then I could just have the video done and have a video recorded ready. The annoying part is as well, because we were going to use the Vegito fusions and stuff like that, like in the next few turns, I probably should have just Weast. Like, I don't know why I didn't, to be honest. It's like that typical RPG meme of like saving your items for like near the end, and then you get to the end and realise you didn't actually use any of them. Like, oh yeah, the maintenance is right before Dokkan Day as well. Thoughts on Dokkan getting rid of reversal? I mean, that's the thing. I made a video about it yesterday. Like, it doesn't affect me at all, basically. So, so yeah, I can't say I'm like super bothered about it. I think the advantages that it brings for players is really good. The disadvantages, I feel like, only really affect a very small part of the player base, which is still unfortunate that those people will be negatively affected, but
Let's do this.
because yeah, like for most people like me, I don't like I don't awaken units and then reverse them to keep the SSR or the TUR of an LR or something like that. I just don't awaken them in the first place. Now will they let you keep the profile pictures? Yeah, that's the thing. Like again, like I got an extra copy of the Super Saiyan 3 Rosé to keep as my profile picture. But again, I didn't awaken him, so I'm not going to lose him or anything. But yeah, the reason people awaken the units and then reverse them is because you get extra power level for Dokkan Awakening characters. Nice, Geo with a level 10. It might actually be his last one. But yeah, that is the only reason, is you get extra power level for every character you Dokkan Awaken. So if you're going to keep the TUR of an LR, you can Dokkan Awaken them to LR to get a little bit of extra power level and then just reverse them and then keep them reversed, which is what people, or some people, were doing. The funny thing is, like I said in the video yesterday, I actually didn't realise that you could do that. I completely forgot that, like, Dokkan Awakening characters gave you power level. Which is funny, because if I had remembered, I might have done it. So I got very lucky there. So Vegeta's done. Would you rather have a pet turtle who wears a crown or a pet hedgehog that wears a little cape? I mean, hedgehogs are pretty cute. Plus, I guess the cape would give you some, like, minor level of protection against accidentally just getting stabbed in the hand. Yeah, hedgehog feels like the easy choice. They're not porcupines. It's like poking yourself with toothpicks. I mean, it's still not ideal, but yeah, it's not that bad. Not the end of the world, I guess. Nice. We'll take a level 10 for Wrathful Broly. He's got quite a few to go, so it's not like he's going to be nearly finished or anything, but take that. I'm still not sure how I feel about the new UI for the menus. I mean, I'll get used to it eventually, but... The orb event available now as well. Million Arenas coming back. I would imagine that after the feedback that it probably got from the survey and everything last time, I would hope not, or at least not as it was when we first got it, right? Like if they make some like major tweaks to it or something, maybe. But I don't necessarily think it's something that we'll see again anytime soon. Because yeah, people just did not like it, which is understandable because it was terrible. And the new battle system is for like a very specific game mode, so it won't have anything to do with Million Arena. Concept idea for a Zarbon that transforms base, 2 key, 250 stats, high chance to dodge, extra attack when attacking, defense when getting attacked, rainbow orb change 2-turn support. So he's basically, he does everything. Turn 1 active skill to transform monster form for 2 turns, 5 key, 500% attack and defense, 500, jeez. So for 2 turns he basically just becomes invincible. I don't know if they would do, because that seems insanely OP, because for any short events like Battle Hardened Formidable Foes and like the Union Master and stuff like that, like you could just transform him on turn 1 and then turn 1 and turn 3 he would be invincible and doing an insane amount of damage. Would you rather try to play football with a basketball or play basketball with a football? God, both of those would be really difficult, huh? Because kicking a basketball is a lot heavier, and then like bouncing a football like a basketball is basically impossible. Yeah, his teams and his links are weird, but like I say, he's like the best unit in the game for 2 turns. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, would be fun, but probably a bit too OP. I wonder if the new unit will actually just come out, like, on the 30th. Because, like, that will be Dokkan Day, which means we'll get tickets. Because 2022, it was the 4th of October. 2023, it was the 5th of October. 5th of October for 2021. 5th of October for 2020. So yeah, it's always been like the 4th or the 5th. So would they drop it like... I mean, some of the other stuff has come out like a little bit earlier than scheduled, I feel like. So... maybe it would. Yeah, the Dokkan Day tickets are in Global Data, but they don't say like what they're for, do they? They just have like the special number. Yes, it just says Summon Ticket 9 can be used in the upcoming Summon event. So it'd be weird. Have they done that before? Like where we would get the tickets, but the banner isn't out yet? Because obviously they've done it the other way round, where like with Broly and that, where the banner comes out and then we get the free tickets later. But cannons are one. If I get hit by a non-beam super turn 4 or 5, I just die. Kale and Caulifla. Wait, we got the tickets for Kale and Caulifla before the banner was out. Because I mean, the 30th is next Tuesday, which is like, for me anyway, like Tuesday is a day where they do often drop content. So it's very possible. That's the thing, because now that I've failed my festival run, I need to make a video like before the stream ends. I might do one talking about when the next Dokkan Fest is dropping and who it could be, I guess. We did have an interesting conversation on the Chrono stream last night about how good a potential like Dabura Dokkan Fest could be, with buffs for like Demonic Power and Extreme, and then you give him like the active skill where he does the Stone Spit, and it's basically a Ghost Usher like turn, like Pycon or the androids. Like that would be cool. Funny beat festival battles, but screw doing the mission. Yeah. Yeah, the mission is horrible. I can't even count actually now how many times I've actually failed it. Right, so I'm going to include a couple of these options in the video that we're going to do. So, who do you guys think the next Dokkan Fest could be? I've got Tapion, Dabura, Garlic Jr. Could throw Baby in there since he's basically predicted like every single time we're getting a new Dokkan Fest of any kind. Last year's October campaign. Yeah, Scout of Vegeta was on the 3rd. God, that's such a mid celebration. Android 13 or Zarbon. Android 13, Nappa, Oob, and Tapion. I'll bring up Android 13 because of the Android EZAs and the fact that Legends has just got one. Nappa, I guess, is definitely possible, but yeah, it's not going to be. They're not going to drop Daima Goku as a random filler Dokkan Fest. Just drop Daima Forku as a random filler LF. I don't understand. I don't know the what the Legends like rarities are and what they mean. Okay. Just going to start doing this quickly. Hey guys, Marsinger here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we got an announcement in the news earlier today for the upcoming maintenance on Global. This will be taking place on Tuesday morning for me over here in the UK. It begins just after midnight and goes until 5 AM. Of course, this is to essentially usher in all of the stuff for Dokkan Day. We usually do get a maintenance right before Dokkan Day starts. However, this could also be the data download that brings into the game all of the stuff for the next upcoming Dokkan Fest. So obviously we are getting to the end of the Transcendent Dokkan campaign here, getting to the end of September. There are only 30 days in September, so Dokkan Day is the final day of the month, and then we will be moving into October. Now, this obviously falls on the Tuesday here for me. This was obviously like late evening or late afternoon, depending on where you are in certain parts of the US. But as we move into October, we are expecting, of course, to get a new Dokkan Fest, although we don't know exactly who the Dokkan Fest is going to be. We're going to talk about that a little bit here as well. But as we move into this time, we know that for Dokkan Day, we can see from the data download, like Proton's breakdown thread, we are getting the Dokkan Day tickets. And obviously they are not for the banner that is currently out, right? Because obviously the newest banner that's still out as of right now is the Part 2 Double Rates Carnival banner. And that was Special Ticket 8. So Special Ticket 9 is in the global data download. So obviously these will be coming for the end of September Dokkan Day. There's nothing else to indicate. Obviously everything else in the data download was the Petan battle stuff, and then obviously the new stages. We've got the Red Zone stages, the new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage is coming out a little bit later this week, a couple of days from now in fact. So nothing else really indicative in here of what we're potentially going to see, but the fact that the Dokkan Day tickets have been added in already is certainly interesting. I actually remember Rick made a post about it here, so don't know why Global added the Dokkan Day stuff so early, since I expected the next data download to be hours before Dokkan Day, and JP didn't add it. So he's actually right, because of course the maintenance that's just been announced is right before Dokkan Day starts. So we're not going to be getting a Dokkan. This is interesting. Global might have a maintenance in the middle of Dokkan Day. I guess technically it is, at least for me in my time zone. Because yeah, Dokkan Day I guess technically starts when the reset happens at midnight, but then the maintenance happens like 30 minutes later. So apparently the missions have been extended, because obviously the maintenance is going to be for like 4 hours. So the missions have been extended for 4 hours. And the ticket description obviously just says the tickets are for the upcoming summon event. So I think the reason why the ticket description is like that is to not spoil the next Dokkan Fest before the reveal, since Global's ticket descriptions usually include the character name. So it'll probably be updated with the data download. So when the data download actually hits, these tickets, like, it will then change to, like, say, can be used for the whatever the banner is called, right? So once the data download happens, we should know exactly. But if the data download is happening right before, or like as Saiyan Day begins, Saiyan Day is then dropping. I keep saying Saiyan Day. Dokkan Day is dropping, and then we're getting these free tickets. They should be for the next upcoming Dokkan Fest. Now, for the last like couple of celebrations, if we look back to the previous year's calendar, things have actually seemed to be dropping like a couple of days earlier than scheduled. Because if we take a look here at the previous year's schedules for the October Dokkan Fest, all the way back to 2020, we've got the Angel Frieza, which is on the 5th. If we go to 2021, Kale and Caulifla were on the 5th. 2022, Path to Power Kid Goku was on the 4th. And then 2023, the Int androids were on the 5th. But then last year, it was actually the Scout of Vegeta, and he dropped on the 3rd. Unfortunately, the wiki doesn't get updated as much anymore. Oh, these pages actually have been updated now. Maybe they've started doing it again. But yeah, this guy dropped on the 3rd. So over the couple of years, there's been that little bit of like a 2 to 3 day sort of period where the unit could drop. If this unit comes out like on Dokkan Day, that would be another couple of days early. But that's not outside the realms of possibility for when the actual unit could drop. In fact, if I take a look at the news in game for the actual the banner for the part 2, because obviously the Rising Dragon Carnival is currently out, and that banner goes up until the morning of the 30th. So it's then very possible that the new banner comes out like right after the Dragon Carnival goes away, or it could be the next day. Now the thing is, we have had in the past, on certain occasions, we have had tickets drop that will be used for banners that actually haven't come out yet. So just because those special ticket 9 are dropping on the 30th, it doesn't mean that the new unit is definitely coming out on the 30th. However, that is something that we now have to consider as a possibility. So the thing is, if the unit's going to come out on the 30th, that means that realistically, by the end of this week, like by the time we get to the end of the weekend, they should have actually revealed who the character is going to be. Because if it's going to drop on the 30th, normal scheduling means that the Twitter reveal of like the full details and the animations and stuff is usually 2 days before the unit comes out, and the Sunday is going to be the 28th. So if that unit is going to drop on the 30th, by the end of the weekend we should actually know who the unit is and potentially have seen their kit already as well, which is certainly very interesting. So obviously let me know down below in the comment section, do you think the new unit is going to come out on the 30th with Dokkan Day? And the big question is, who do you think the unit will be? So there's a couple of different options here that I've brought up, and chat has mentioned some. Obviously we speculate all the time on this kind of stuff, and the big thing is the fact that when it comes to the filler Dokkan Fests, I feel like there is no real way to guess, because it really could be anything, right? Like no one, obviously they posted the hint and everything, but like no one would have predicted like, oh yeah, the next filler Dokkan Fest is going to be Mercenary Tau, like earlier this year, right? Like, so it could literally be anything, but there's a couple of options that I think would be interesting. Tapion is a big one that we've talked about a few times. I feel like a filler Tapion makes sense for a Dokkan Fest. We've just had a bunch of movie heroes and movie bosses buffs. The LR Tapion and Minosha are in line for an Easy A. And as I mentioned the other day when we were talking about potential movie heroes Easy A's for this celebration, these guys could be really useful with their active skill and everything, but the restriction for it really sucks unless you've got like a Tapion on the team, and there aren't really any meta relevant Tapions. So these guys really should Easy A with the release of a new Tapion. And I think because we just had the movie heroes movie bosses team get that big buff, I would love to see a new version of this kind of Tapion, right, where he transforms into Harudagon, but make it an active skill, right? So you can use it at a certain time, but you can use it when you actually want to, because then we get that free turn where the enemy can't do damage and you're going to cancel out supers and stuff like that. And also, interestingly, this unit, because it's Tapion and Harudagon, this unit is on movie bosses and movie heroes, which is something we didn't really see much at all, even after this guy's release, right? But with the new Frieza and Gogeta being a similar sort of thing, I think this would be very cool for this guy to be a unit that we get to see very, very soon. We also talked about last night on my second channel stream. Do check out my second channel, Ningen Plays, if you want to see me do non-Dokkan stuff. But we were talking about the possibility of a Dokkan Fest Dabura, because again, he feels like a good sort of filler character for a Dokkan Fest. Extreme demonic power, like demonic power is a team that got a lot of buffs towards the end of last year and could do with another big buff, especially if they focus his passive and everything on extreme allies rather than it just being demonic power. But I feel like Dabura could be pretty good. There's a couple of the heroes Easy A's for this year, like the Robel, who would be quite a good pairing like for him with some of his links. And also someone had a really good idea. Imagine him getting like the Stone Spit like ability as an active skill that is then like a Ghost Usher ability, right, where you cancel out the enemy attacks for the turn. I think that would be very cool and obviously give this guy a lot of utility. His links aren't great, but I guess for an extreme team like Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Fierce Battle, like not completely terrible. Things like Martian Resurrection Plan are obviously absolutely awful, but a Dabura could be kind of interesting. Garlic Jr. is one that gets brought up all the time. Like we literally only have the mini version as the SSR, and then he just awakens into the buff version. So I could see a Dokkan Fest being the mini one that transforms, give this guy an easy A, give that AGL Kid Gohan an easy A. That would be a pretty solid option. And then, of course, you know, how could we not mention Baby, right? Baby is probably one of the units that is, like, the most anticipated for getting a Dokkan Fest. Ideally, a Super Baby 2 or, like, a Super Baby 1 that transforms into Super Baby 2. We don't need another one that is Super Baby 2 brackets Giant Ape. Maybe he could have a Giant Ape, like, transformation, active skill, attack. So he gets the Giant Ape power category, but isn't in the name, who knows. But, you know, we got to mention Baby when it comes to every single next Dokkan Fest prediction, because people have been waiting for this guy for a very long time. Also, people talked about Android 13, because, of course, he just randomly released in Legends. It's been a while since Dokkan and Legends have been doing the thing where, like, they constantly release the same sort of thing at the same time. That used to be a big thing for a while, but I feel like it doesn't happen as much anymore. So I don't necessarily think this is a super high possibility just because Legends is doing it. But remember, we do also have a lot of Android EZAs that are scheduled to be coming soon, like the Tech 17 and 18, the Tech LR Super 17. So getting an Android Dokkan Fest would make a lot of sense to then give us those EZAs. We also had a couple of other things mentioned in chat, like Nappa, because then Raditz could get his EZA. Krillin still doesn't have a Dokkan Fest. There's a lot of interesting options for a filler Dokkan Fest. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Who would you most want to see as the Dokkan Fest coming up within the next week or so? And like I say, do you think it's going to drop on Dokkan Day? Do you think we're going to get the tickets and the banner drops like a day or two after? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Okay. Yeah, Marseille and Dokkan Fest I think is going to be like November for the crossover thing, because the Divers anniversary is in November, the Heroes EZAs are all in November. I feel like it just makes sense that that's when that would come out. That was just the end of the video I was recording though, not the end of the stream. So, Tapion plus a Rudigan and banner unit Minosha. Yeah, exactly. That would be good. Yeah, physical Godku can't get an EZA too soon. I guess they have to, because they ideally need to EZA the Majin Vegeta first, right? Because he was the Saiyan Day unit the year before physical God Goku. Dokkan original Vegeta Black. I mean, that would be awesome, but we could finally see Gohan Black for the crossover Ember as well. That would be interesting. I need to get that video ready. Physical Godku fits on all current new teams though. Best time for him to drop. I mean, that unfortunately that may be the case, but yeah, I don't think they'll EZA him before in Majin Vegeta. I mean, they could. Like, it's not impossible, 100, like for sure, 100%. But they haven't done that for a while. When it comes to those like yearly celebrations, like EZAing one of the characters before the one that came out like the year before them. But then, yeah, hey, who knows? Anything's possible. But yeah, I don't see physical Godku EZA coming out anytime soon. Would be awesome though. I love physical Godku. He was the best unit in the game on release for quite some time, and it's pretty cool. So Dokkan Day maintenance. Incoming. The new Dokkan Fest. New Dokkan Fest to be revealed? Question mark. Majin Vegeta will be a major celebration in ECA for sure. Yeah, I hope so. It's funny because like when Vegeta and Trunks came out, that gave that Majin Vegeta a new lease of life. It'll be funny that like when he gets his EZA, the Vegeta and Trunks will obviously also still be very good for him. You can't EZA until the 8th anniversary unit's EZA. Yeah, we need a proper good Trunks. We still got that AGL Trunks that could get EZA'd. History event get delayed. No, it comes out on Thursday morning. So it's like 44.5 hours from now, something like that. Dragon Ball history date is in the news. All right, so sorry, what the announcement was back a day ago. Usually it drops after 2 days. Yeah, for some reason when it dropped the when they dropped the announcement with the like upcoming content, the Infinite Dragon Ball history thing was in there, but then it doesn't come out straight away after. In Super Saiyan 4 Goku EZA at Saiyan Day with Saiyan Day Daima Super Saiyan 4. No, I think the in Super Saiyan 4 Goku's obviously was the year after Vegeta and Trunks, and considering Vegeta and Trunks like only just EZA'd for the global Dokkan campaign, I mean, I guess it's possible that they do the full power Goku EZA whenever they do decide to drop Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, but obviously that is more likely to be the anniversary than like a random Saiyan Day TUR. Like I'm telling you now, like obviously nothing is 100% certain. I could still be wrong, but after waiting all this time and still not doing Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like, I feel like there is just zero possibility that it's not just anniversary now. Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't have done it until now if they weren't saving it for the anniversary. Because imagine if they did just actually randomly drop them as, like, a random, like, filler Dokkan Fest. That would just be so weird after waiting all this time. Like... So yeah, I don't see Daima Super Saiyan 4 being anything other than the anniversary now. Obviously not saying that like the anniversary full theme is just going to be Daima, because obviously I feel like there's not enough for it to be a full, like, it carries the whole like celebration kind of thing. But part of the anniversary theme will be something to do with Daima, or will include the Daima units. Like the theme could just in general be like Power Beyond Super Saiyan or something, because then that would still include Super Saiyan 3 adult Daima Vegeta, as well as Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. So Only 23 EZAs, which are next year, include units like God Goku, Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Tales, Goku and Hirudegan. Is this the Zamasu Reversible Exchange OST? Alright, so that video is finished. I need to make a thumbnail though. Toles could be a really good EZA if they sort out his intro buff. Yeah. The restriction. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah, he could be super good. Alright, so I should put the... Let me find Proton's thing again. I wish our voting campaign would just end with LR Kid Boo so we can make a brand new one so everyone gets to pick. Yeah, it's funny how long ago that was, like, and we've slowly but surely gotten all the units that were on there except for Kid Boo. Alright, so save that. I reckon it'll be Namek because they'll have a new mechanic. What, a new mechanic for Namek stuff? Funny part is we don't even have a Majin Buu that transforms like the Vegeta, Frieza and Goku. Yeah, true. I mean, I've said it before, right? But when it comes to those characters that have like the transform every turn, like the Frieza and Goku and stuff like that, I'm not a huge fan of them because they did a little bit of a different thing for the Vegeta version, I guess, or at least what they did when he got his EZA, I suppose. But the thing is, like, the only versions of the forms, when you think about like the Goku and the Frieza, the only versions of the forms that really do anything, I don't even want to say special for the first one, but you've got the starting form, right? So you look at the starting form of the character, you look at his passive, and that's what he's doing, like, on turn 1. And then every other form after that, like the Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, God, like, they don't really do anything. Or like, they don't do anything particularly special. Because you're only going to have them for one turn. So they just kind of like phone it in. The Cell one's a little bit different because he only has the 3. So it's slightly different. But still, I guess, still the same kind of thing. But like, yeah, it just feels like you're just waiting to get to the final form because that's the one that you actually like want to use, right?
All right, let's do this.
I need to find a good Dabura picture to put in the thumbnail. Do I have an Android 13 one as well? Not sure. Every year they put in a new mechanic, like this year's tag, last year was torn. Well, that's the thing, like there probably will be a new mechanic, or potentially will be a new mechanic, just because that is something they do usually do, that is true. But obviously, like, the new mechanic, whatever the new mechanic is, doesn't really have any bearing on the, like, what the theme of the celebration is. I like the fact that we got Super Android 13 and Tapion. They both have spiky orange hair. Let me Google. I'll just get a Dabura PNG. The issue is always just finding one that's actually like a decent size. And isn't like a WebP file, which is super annoying. I reckon it's Saiyan Saga as the part 2, kind of what LRs can link with them. In fact, Dokkan is now taking 20 plus gigabytes. It used to back in 2020, it was 10. Yeah. Apparently, just like from what people have said, like the people that actually data mine the game and look at the code and everything. Oh, excuse me. People who look at the code and like data mine the game and all that kind of stuff. Apparently, like, the code for Dokkan is just a complete mess, which is one of the reasons why it's so big. But it's one of those things now where like the game is so old and those things are so big that for them to actually fix it in any real like meaningful way, it would take such a massive amount of work and potentially such a massive amount of maintenance that it just seems like it's probably something that they won't ever bother to do. So let's put that in there. Hey, shout out to Zuffy G for re-upping his channel membership, Lobster Squad member for 48 months. Let's go. Receiving the purple LR Dragonstone badge. You love to see it. Yeah, we got the we had Drace and Zuffy G as the two members that were at 47 months and have now achieved the 4-year badge. That's 2 more members of the 4-year Ningen Club. You love to see it. Dokkan Fest incoming. But yeah, shout out to all you guys that are here. Shout out to all the members. The best way to help support the channel, if you want to help support me, help keep the channel going, the best way to do so is to become a channel member. The tier 1 membership is $2 a month. As someone always used to say when we talked about the memberships, that's cheaper than a cup of coffee. And it helps to keep the channel going. It helps to keep me making all these videos and all these streams. I appreciate all you guys that do support the channel already. And remember, like, you can support the channel for free just by doing things like liking the stream, obviously being subscribed to the channel, and, you know, liking the videos when they come out and all that good stuff massively helps as well. Why is this... Where is the Dokkan Day ticket gone? I'm trying to add the finishing touches onto this thumbnail and I can't find the layer where I put the ticket. There we go. Diamond Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta into the Goku is what I mean. That would be cool. I feel like we'll probably... I don't think they would do them as a thing, like an exchange, a reversible exchange first. I feel like it'd be one of those things where... it'll be one of those things where we'll get them separately first. Right, and then they'll drop, like, reversible exchange Daima units. Not necessarily, though, so, I mean, who knows, but... Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the reversible exchange is now a thing that they're doing, and we're probably going to see quite a lot of them. But, yeah, I don't think they'll drop them as, like, reversible exchange before they do the solo ones, because I feel like that's something they know. Even though some people are getting sick of waiting, like, other people will be hyped for the Daima stuff to finally come to Dokkan, so they know they can make money if they drop, like, just Goku and then, like, just Vegeta as the 2 separate, like, banner units or something. And then later, they can drop the reversible exchange version, and then they know that people will go crazy, like, to summon for that as well.
Alright, let's do this.
Right, so now I should be able to just upload that. I'll be hyped when Vegito Heroes gets his EZA. Yeah, next year when Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito gets an EZA. Oh boy, he'll be good. It's like, I mean, I don't want to say that because I don't want to jinx it, but I was going to say, I feel like there's almost no way they can fumble the Limit Breaker Vegito EZA. Because, like, on release, he was basically, like, the best TUR. Having all of that damage reduction on the first turn. Like, he's just so good. I suppose the only thing is he's not good in, like, longer events because his damage reduction and everything like runs out, but I guess just making him like less restricted and stuff, right? Like to double check his passive, but Dokkan Day tickets, next new unit, next. Dang, I guess. Schedule that. Yeah, I'll just have that video go up like when the stream is ending, basically. Spirit Tree Crew is still pretty nice in animations. Yeah, his EZA could be good. Obviously, he would probably EZA, I assume, around the same time as Teles, but actually, I don't even need to find him in the character selection. I can literally just go to my teams because I have a heroes team with him on it. But yeah, make sure to refresh your Petan if you have not in a while. But yeah, like if we take a look at his passive, chance to crit and damage reduction 30% for 6 turns, and he gets his entrance animation. Like it isn't restricted, so he just always gets his entrance animation, right? Then he gets extra attack and defense when attacking. He gets extra attack and defense if he has 12 or more key. I read the first bit wrong. The basic effects is not when attacking. Decent stats, 200%. Then yeah, when attacking, he gets another 150, which is quite good. Like on attack buffs are always good. When there's another giant ape or crossover ally, or a giant ape crossover enemy, extra 100% attack and defense, great chance to launch an additional super. So the thing is, like, he's not restricted for like crossover in that sense. So he could get the extra stats and an extra super by using him with giant ape power characters. So obviously all the upcoming like Super Saiyan 4 characters, like the new Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4 Goku is still useful. Obviously the Heroes EZAs that we are getting, like the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s and stuff like that, like two super EZAs with the same name. Yeah, true. And like we've already got the other old STR Dokkan Fest LR Broly as well. Like the legendary Super Saiyan Broly name is quite heavily used at the moment. So I am surprised though, because I mentioned it in my video, the physical legendary Super Saiyan Broly is older than the LR. So like you would think he would get an easy A first, but but it was not the case. So because yeah, he was older and he easy A'd first as well. But yeah, this Vegito, the last part as well, when all allies in the same turn are giant 8 power or crossover, extra crit chance, extra damage reduction. So like this guy, when he gets his easy A, even if he only gets very minor buffs on the giant 8 power team, he'll still be super good. And then yeah, ideally, could you imagine if they just added in like all these bits where it says like giant 8 power or crossover for allies? If they added in like fused fire or power beyond Super Saiyan or something crazy, because then like he would be on so many good teams. If they gave him some sort of conditional guard as well, as long as it wasn't some crazy horrible condition and it was only like a chance to guard, then that could be really, really good as well. So yeah, this guy has the potential to be absolutely crazy. In fact, let me look at the heroes banner thing. Who are the next year's heroes ones? Yeah, and then LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku's giving him the extra damage reduction as well when he transforms, yeah. All campaigns. Where's heroes? Yeah, so those are the characters that are easy aim for this year. Yeah, so next year's easy A's are going to be crazy. I mean, we got to wait over a year. We still got to wait over a month for these heroes easy A's. But next year's heroes easy A's, right? You've got the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Then you've got physical Super Saiyan 3 Rose, who has the potential to be crazy. The blue Berserk controlled Vegeta and the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly. Obviously, those guys weren't really good on release, so their easy A's would have to be quite good. But yeah, Dark King Fu, he's pretty good with the support and everything. Like, if he gets an easy A, like, his easy A could be pretty awesome. And then there's the Golden Metal Cooler and the tech, like, Dark Janemba. Golden Metal Cooler is actually still, like, relatively decent. I mean, obviously, he's been power crept now in terms of if we're talking about the new hardest events that are out now. But he was actually really good. Like, post-super, loads of damage reduction, all that good stuff. Because, yeah, it's like these units here. These are the units that will get an easy A next year. So, like, Rosé's easy A could be super, super good. Dark King Fu is really good. Get Dark King Fu up here. Because, yeah, this guy, like, he's raising defense on super already, which is good. But yeah, he buffs all extreme class allies. And then you need 3 crossover allies for him to change key spheres to STR. And then he gets massive buffs for picking up multiple STR or rainbow orbs. So basically they just need to give him, like, change the condition. So instead of crossover ally, could you imagine if it was like, if this is if they wanted to make the easy A's actually good, right? Because they've done stuff like this with other units. But imagine if it was like when another 3 or more crossover or extreme allies are on the team. And then he could literally just become a support unit for like any extreme team. Would be really, really good. And then, yeah, obviously Super Saiyan 3 Rose has a lot of potential. Again, 3 or more crossover or Power Beyond Super Saiyan, for example, allies to give him the guard guaranteed for the early turns, buff his stats up a little bit. Like, he could end up being really, really good. But again, this is one of those, like, if they want to make the Easy A's good, because when they want to, they do make some crazy Easy A's sometimes, and then other times they don't. So, but anyway, that is going to be it for the stream. The video should be going up now for the one that we recorded on stream, the Dokkan Day maintenance and speculating about the new units. Although, I don't know if my PC clock is fast, because it's scheduled to go up at 10. My PC clock now says 10:01, but the video is not live. Okay, now it is. I don't know if it's like just a minute out or something, but so I'll put the link in the chat. Even if you guys were here when we recorded the video, obviously do your boy a favor, click that link, open up the video, drop a like, leave a comment, let me know you came over from the stream. But most importantly, leave the comment, let me know who you think the next Dokkan Fest is going to be. That should hopefully be dropping within the next week or so. Let me know over on the video. So yeah, that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys all coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, give a follow if you're over on the Twitch side. No late stream tonight, so I will see you guys all again soon. Have a good one.